Look guys, I get it. Things happen. Sometimes life throws you some embarrassing curveballs that you might not be too comfortable to talk about with your girlfriend or your buddies or your parents. But that's completely fine. That's why you have me. Today we're going to be talking about 5 uncomfortable things that happen to guys and how to solve them. The first one is stretch marks. No, stretch marks are not just for women. For some reason, this is a big misconception guys have. A perfect example is me. I used to be a walking stick before I started working out. As soon as I started working out and developing some muscle, well, my skin started stretching to accommodate the new muscle growth, and I have stretch marks on my shoulders. So to solve it, there's a ton of products that you can buy. The big problem guys see is that most of these products are targeted for women, but don't let that fool you. They'll work just as well on yourself. All you want to focus on is finding products that increase elasticity and collagen. This is going to tighten your skin, which will reduce the effect of stretch marks, and sometimes if you get it early enough, completely erase them. Number 2 is chafing. And this usually occurs when there's just a lot of friction. And while the biggest culprit is your boys, chafing can occur anywhere there's friction on your skin. Any area where there's excessive friction can lead chapped, dry, irritated, and raw skin, which of course is painful. So the first and most important thing you need to do is find the culprit and remove it. So are your shoes too tight? You need to up a size. If there's a lot of friction in your groin area, maybe your underwear's too tight. If your thighs are rubbing too much, maybe you're just a little bit overweight. There's so many things that could be causing too much friction. You need to identify it and just stop it. However, it is known that some guys are just prone to that. So once you remove that and you're still having issues, then you need to find yourself products that help target that, like my friends over at Chassis. These guys specifically target grooming products for guys that have these awkward and uncomfortable problems that most guys have to deal with. Chassis is today's video sponsor, guys, and the great thing about this shower primer, which is perfect for chafe if that's what you're suffering through, is that all you have to do is apply it to those problem areas. So while you're in the shower, apply some of this shower primer to those whatever areas you're experiencing chafing. Wait 30 seconds and then just rinse it off. What this is going to do is help eliminate odor, deep clean, moisturize your skin, soften the hair of your body, and the ultimate goal, reduce friction all day. It is by far one of the best products to help solve this uncomfortable and painful issue, and to me, it's a lifesaver. The third uncomfortable problem is excessive sweating. See, there's a guy that's running errands all across the city in 100-degree weather and is sweating profusely because of that, and then there's a guy that could be sitting in super cooled AC doing nothing and sweating bullets. If you can relate, then I have the secret for you. See, the secret most guys don't know to stop that profuse sweating is that they're probably using their antiperspirant deodorant wrong. The secret is you have to apply this at night right before you go to bed. This is going to allow the active ingredient, aluminum chloride, to clog your sweat glands as you sleep, when chances are you're not sweating as much because you're not being active. Then the next day you wake up, most of your sweat glands are going to be clogged, your antiperspirant is not working, and you probably won't be sweating so profusely. Which brings me to the third horrible problem, and that's sweaty balls. Unlike your armpits, you can't rub a deodorant stick down there, and it is by far one of the most uncomfortable places to be sweaty. Right now that it's summer, it's gonna get sticky, uncomfortable, and just overall gross. Not to mention that if you don't have proper hygiene, it's also gonna stink horrible. The solution is quite simple. Just like the deodorant hack on your armpits, you wanna find a product for your boys. And again, if you want one of the best man powders, you're gonna have to look at Chassis. This product on Amazon, it has hundreds of reviews of guys that have tried this before, and it is by far one of the best products to help keep you dry all day. The great thing is that it's also infused with baking soda, which helps absorb and neutralize any odor. Not only that, when you apply it, you're also going to get a very tingly sensation, very pleasurable. Number 5 is farting. Picture it like this. You finally land a date with that really hot girl you've been scoping. You take her to a nice restaurant, and of course, you do the manly thing. You order yourself a nice big piece of protein. You pack that down, and then, oh man, you're bloated. Which, of course, we all know where that leads. You need to release gas. Yes, I know, it's nasty, but we gotta talk about it. So to avoid bloating, first you need to be very careful when you eat. Don't just start picking down and pile down your food. You want to make sure you eat nice and slow and chew down all your food to allow your stomach to actually digest it. Another pro tip that I would recommend if it's your first date and you want to avoid any past gas, even though it's natural, avoid carbonated drinks. This is definitely going to bloat you up. Instead, get yourself a water with lime. Extra brownie points because you're gonna look very classy. And then on top of that, you might want to avoid those 40 vegetables like your greens, during that dinner because, well, we all know where that leads. Now, I won't promise you won't need to fart, but you'll definitely reduce your chances of excessive bloating. All right, boys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to drop us a like down below. Also, don't forget to check out our sponsor, Chassis. I'm gonna have them linked below so you guys can check them out. That's it for me today. See you next time.